Carol, there we are. I knew that. What's that doing there? Let's get that over there. All right, guys. Here's Jimmy Fallon. He's going to set up the tour for you.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Larry.
And the greatest driver.
Darrow.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Larry.
owes me $5.
No, I don't.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We call this housekeeping. Take a look at this if you don't mind. Now remember to pull the emergency cord in the event of an emergency. Oh, he's right about that. Please remain seated whenever the tram is moving. That's very important. Sorry, Frank, smoking's bad. There's no smoking allowed on the tour. No smoking allowed in the entire state of California. Be prepared. The tour features loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movement. Hold on to your stuff. And throughout the tour, there is the possibility of getting wet. For the duration of the tour today, please remain in your assigned row and only sit with your traveling party. We also ask that you keep your face coverings on at all times. It's a good idea to wash your hands frequently and use hand sanitizer during the course of the day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the oldest continually operating motion picture and television studio in the entire United States. Universal Studios is over 100 years old. Our founder was a European, a German in fact, by the name of Carl Laemmle. He began what was then known as the Universal Film Manufacturing Company in New York City in the year 1912. New York City, yeah, New York City. The entire American movie industry began on the East Coast of the United States. Bit by bit, everybody came west. Mr. Lumley was no exception. In fact, 2 years after starting the company, he came west, bought 200 acres of California real estate, and began Universal City Studios, a self-contained city dedicated to filming. We're still a city, still set up along those lines. We have our very own zip code for our mail, our own fire station. You can see that over there on your right. Now that's not a set, that's a real fire station with real firefighters in there, great first responders. The name, though, is completely fictional, Station 51. That's, many years ago, we had a television show called Emergency, and that was the fire station on the show. We built the real one, we simply took the fictional name, slapped it on the real station. Now, this studio is divided in half. We have the front lot and the back lot. We're going to take a run through the front lot to start things off. On the front lot, primarily, we have sound stages. The sound stage is a huge building. On the outside, it looks like an airplane hangar, but inside, movie magic takes place. Well, we have an example of a soundstage coming up over here on the left, stage number 12. Currently, the biggest soundstage we have here. Now, as we come down the hill, look back over your shoulders at the front of the soundstage, you'll see the paint job. This is where we used to do the TV show The Voice. Now, The Voice is one of the different sound stages on the lot. But look at some of the other things that have been done inside stage 12 down through the years.
Say hello to my dear friend!
In addition to all of that, currently on the front lot, Kelly Clarkson does her daily television show. By daily, I mean Monday through Friday. Titled appropriately enough, The Kelly Clarkson Show. He's up in Soundstage 1. Now, all of our sound stages are numbered as opposed to named. The numbering system is a little weird. You see, it goes up to 55, even though there are not 55 stages. Certain numbers have been left out for a variety of reasons, including superstition. There's no Soundstage 13. Now, unlucky number. Coming up on your left, though, you're going to see stages 17 and 16. Currently, they're being used for this, they're being prepared for the second season of the new version of Saved by the Bell. But previously, the Cloud9 Superstore was recreated inside stages 16 and 17 for the TV show Superstore. Superstore also used stage 21, which is over to your far left. Kind of isolated by itself over there. No real reason for that. It just worked out that way. You can tell by the outside construction, this is one of our older sound stages. We're always though building and adding new things. Take a look on your right. That big building is going to be the home of the World of Nintendo, opening later this year. Now, if you're curious about it, check out Universal Studios Japan. I don't mean get on the plane and fly to Japan. I mean, go on YouTube, put in Universal Studios Japan, look for the video about the world of Nintendo. It's going to be virtually the same here as it is there, so you get a great idea of what it's going to be like once it opens. Again, later this year. Now, ahead of us and over on the right, you see a series of sound stages numbered in the 30s and 40s. We call this street, in fact, Sitcom Road, because a lot of great sitcoms are filmed at these sound stages, as well as a number of other things. Take a look. To that list, you can add the TV show Mr. Mayor, a very funny show returning for a second season on NBC. The stars of that show are Ted Danson and Academy Award winner Holly Hunter. Speaking of Ted Danson, check out stage number 44 on your right. He spent a lot of time in there doing interiors for the TV show The Good Place. Today, stage 44 and 43 both used for the show Good Girls. I guess you have to have the word good in the title to work inside stage 44, I don't know. Now take a look over there on your left. There's Ted, one of our great movie stars, Ted, who's raising his glass, toasting your presence here at Universal Studios. Thank you, Ted. Clearly, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Now behind Ted, you'll see a series of bungalows. These bungalows used to be the dressing rooms for all the movie stars we had under contract here at one time. This is going back a number of years now. We're talking old-time stars like Rock Hudson, Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart, Tony Curtis. Today, though, things are a little different. Stars use big mobile homes, very elaborate trailers as dressing rooms. While the trailers are just as comfortable inside as any of these bungalows, plus they're on wheels. Stars take them with them every place they go. A lot more convenient. So when that became commonplace, we converted these bungalows from dressing rooms into offices for producers, directors, and writers, all of whom have production deals with Universal. Although occasionally I'll have someone on the lot who doesn't have a deal, we just want to give them an office. Take a look up the alleyway over here on your left. Look for the MP sign, Mark Pratt Productions. See the Wicked sign as well?
Yeah, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
King Kong King Kong
We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong. He's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. You know, he is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs on Skull Island, so he's been beaten up, scarred, chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times, and he wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Alright guys, we'll be heading in here momentarily. Just a word of caution, it is going to get a little bumpy in here, so please make sure you hold on to all of your personal belongings, okay? big enough to allow the entire tram inside. Great set in here, subway station. The look at this, by the way, is based on the system they have up in the Bay Area of Northern California. We can change it out though, make it any system in the world. Subway system, that is. Okay, now Californians, we're about to get a part of the real California experience. What we get here though is something you don't get in real life. A warning tumbler, alright? Alright, that's the warning. The warning shot right across the bow. Here comes the big one, here we go! I think it's over. Yeah, I think it's over. Yeah, look, I'm alright. Yeah, we call it that's the big one. It's awesome. And believe it or not, that's approximately the halfway mark. So this will remind you. Well, guys, enough of the big city. Let's go to a nice little East Coast fishing village. You'll see it over here on your right, Amity Island. Looks pretty quiet. Wait a minute, there's the music. That's always a bad sign. Whoa, look out the water. Look at the size of that fin. Don't worry though, the shark is not after us. He's after the diver right by the police boat. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Yeah, what I tell you. That's a shame, really. He was a nice guy. Oh, the blood. Yeah, don't worry about the blood. I mean, club soda takes out any stains in about 10 seconds. It'll be fine. The shark will now be coming after us. But don't worry, I have a plan. Listen for the hide. Just the other side, and he's highly unstable. Flammable gasoline tanks. Yeah, look good on paper. Uh-oh, there goes the beer. That means the shark is after us. I don't like that gasoline hose dancing around. That can lead to a gas explosion. That's why I said no smoking on the tour, too. Where's the shark? Oh, there he is. But a goodie on the tour. It never fails. No matter how many times you tell yourself, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. He comes out the water. Oh, no, I wasn't ready. But anyway. Air cameras out the left. Here's a beautiful shot of the entire village of Amity Island. That was also used, by the way, as Cabot Cove on Murder, She Wrote. Now, coming up on your left, you're going to see a neighborhood. That was originally built for a movie called To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck. Now, all the houses from the movie have been replaced since then, except for one. That's the house closest to us. Mustard-colored house with a green roof. That was brutally practical set. There are rooms inside there. When they filmed inside the house, they actually filmed inside the house. The whole house is really strictly built so it splits down the middle and it separates. Kind of like a giant dollhouse. Originally, this house was inside one of our sound stages, stage number 12 to be exact. After the movie, they put it back together and brought it out here. Now, the street you see over there to your left kind of behind us there. He spent most of his career in motel management. And his full name is Norman Bates. Coming up on your right, the Bates Motel. Up on the hill, only half hidden by the trees, but it's up there. This Psycho house. All of this originally created for Alfred Hitchcock's classic film, Psycho. Now, we're not going to see Norman today. He's still in the home, if you know what I mean. But we are going to get right next to the house. Keep in mind, this is the original house from the original movie. It has been on the Universal backlot since 1959. Man, that's a long time ago. You want to focus your cameras over here. This is such an amazing set. We're going to stop so you can get a really good picture of it. And also, here's production designer Rick Carter and Steven Spielberg to tell you more about the set itself.
The airplane set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, that thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because
I'll talk you through this. They shouldn't have seen, witness to a crime, all that kind of stuff. So we have to keep that person safe. We're going to hide out inside Sullivan's garage. Yeah, it looks pretty quiet, except for those vehicles over there on the left. Man, I love those. But of course, you need a bit more information about what's going on here, so keep your eyes on the video screens and let's find out what we can find out.
Hey, yo! They just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello.